not attempt to adjust the frequency. We are controlling transmission. For sharpness and crystal clarity. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can change the focus to a soft blur. We will control all that you see and hear.
The germs in this cylinder are very deadly. I'll take only a few of these and wipe out 1 billion of them. As soon as it ends, are you going to destroy the mutants because you'll no longer be needing them? To conquer more planets, we must have them. The whole universe. We must have them. We must have them. We must have them. We must have them. To conquer more planets, we must have them.
Hey everyone, happy Memorial Day weekend. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Sorry guys, I was kind of just vibing out, dude. I love D&B. It's like just so good. Amen for the hello world. There's someone from Germany. Oh boy. Guten Tag or something like that, right? But guys, I'm really excited. I just want to start off with like kind of something I've been thinking about, and that's I want to start making polls on Twitter and like kind of keeping track of like symptoms and that sort of thing for when the Schumann spikes, because I've been having some strange experiences. A lot of people like report physical effects and stuff too, but like I've noticed that like synchronicities and like things like that are far more common, and it's pretty weird. I don't even know if it has anything to do with it. I also want to make a GCP bot If you don't know what that is, it's like the Global Consciousness Project. And they got this cool dot. Hold on, there's like a way to pull up the graph. Guys, learn how to use a computer. This is why you should like learn a little bit of code and stuff. But anyway, so like this chart, basically like they have a random number generator, and they generate numbers, and it's like, I'll just read it from the description because I'm not going to do a good job explaining it. It collects random numbers from around the world. These numbers are available on the GCP website. Website downloads these numbers once a minute and performs sophisticated analysis, whatever that means. I haven't seen the code on these random numbers to see how coherent they are. That is, we compute how random the random numbers coming from the eggs really are. So like the theory is that like consciousness will affect like the random generation of numbers, and I guess that's just like due to the fact that if you've heard of like the split hole experiment, like things like will behave differently on a quantum level, and I don't want to use that quantum word just because I don't want to use the Q word. I just don't want to use it. But basically it's like if you observe something, it'll have like a different effect on the electrons or something like that. And like essentially the idea is that like when people are kind of thinking in sync or like all experiencing sort of the same thing, that the numbers will be less random. And so essentially I just want to make a bot of this graph, but then to also compare it to like the Schumann resonance chart, because the correlation is kind of insane. Like here you can see it's dead. It's been like pretty dead recently. But if you go back to the GCP dot here, like there's very low correlation in the numbers. Like the numbers that are coming out are kind of like random. So like you see green is the normally random network variance. This is average or expected behavior. The index is between 40 and 90%. That's like the normal numbers, and like you can see here the Schumann's it's not really increased. And again, I don't even know if they have past data, and this is like, that was the whole reason I made Schumann bot, is because no one was keeping past data. I don't think we can even see the past data. I think I posted a chart the other day though. I was so excited about this, I just wanted to share it with everyone. I knew I was going to do it this Sunday. I'm glad I actually have something to talk about. Here you can see like the GCP chart is through the roof. Like it's all the way like to the point where it's almost, the numbers that are coming out pretty much aren't random. Like there may be a chance fluctuation with the index between 5 and 10%, like strongly increased network variance. Like, and you see here, same day, May 28th, like the chart is absolutely spiked on the base frequencies, like completely whited out. It's insane. What does it mean? It starts with like, so I will kind of leak a little info. If you've heard of Black Pill Radio, I kind of like did a pre-recording podcast with them the other day. It didn't go too well. We're gonna re-record it soon. The episode should be coming up sometime around July, so definitely check that out. Check out Black Pill Radio now. They have like some awesome they have awesome content. It's like they do more than just like the black pill thing. The philosophy I subscribe to personally is no pill. Like once you go through all the pills, like you start off blue pilled as fuck, and then like you get red pilled, and then like you might move to the green pill, maybe the brown pill, and then you get like black pilled, and then like hopefully you come out white pilled, and then hopefully after that you're kind of like clear pilled. It's like a state of evolution almost. It's like the levels of consciousness. Like I want to bring up that chart where like it has like, I always forget, it's like love at the top, and then at the bottom it's like apathy. It's essentially the same thing, like just going through the pills. And like hopefully you just end up no pilled, because you know you can take the blue pill or red pill when you want. You can take any of the pills. It doesn't. Anyway, What was I talking about? I started rambling. See, this is why I don't ramble. I try to stay focused, and we were talking about focus last time. Got pretty deep. But yeah, anyway, I want to make a bot for this chart, this graph, because I love this project. I love what they're doing. Before the whole ramble, it starts with measuring. Like, you have to measure a thing first. Edgar Allan Poe podcast. But anyway, whoa, Kyle Phillips says, doesn't the sun warp and bend our magnetosphere like constantly? Yes. Yes. I mean, that's like a yes or no question. If it's something you can Google, guys, like, just Google it. But anyway, what I was saying, let me focus for like five seconds here. It starts with like measuring a thing, like, there's like that saying that man is the measure, and basically like man is the measure of all things, and that's kind of like goes into like what's known as like, I'm saying like a lot, my bad. It's like instrumentalist philosophy, and it's the idea that man is the measure of all things, and like a thing doesn't really exist until it's measured, because when like you measure something, you kind of like you place limits on it, and like, and that limitation is kind of a boundary on that thing. Like it defines it. It turns. There's really no state of being. Like, a thing is what it does. We're always in this constant change of flux and this like constant action. And when you condense something from that high vibratory state down to like something bound and like within boundaries, you kind of make it real. And that's kind of like it's a very abstract look at it, but that's sort of the main idea behind like instrumentalism. Is essentially comes down to the phrase that man is the measure. And basically, we've just started measuring the Schumann resonance, a lot of space weather and that sort of thing. Guys, we have not even come close to figuring this stuff out. We don't even know if there are extraterrestrials like with this insane flight technology that can go through water and the air like butter. Like we're primitive. We just invented computers, which is one of the most important technologies and instruments we've ever created. Kyle Phillips, our instruments can only measure in our dimension, kind of why I say the universal model is an obviously incomplete image. Exactly, yeah. Right, we can only measure in the third dimension, which like that also places limits on things and kind of creates that illusion. Yeah, like Tulpa's thought forms made manifest, sort of, yeah. Yeah, in a way. I'm talking more like on a memetic sense. Like memes kind of spread like a virus, and they're kind of like these background programs that exist in everyone's mind. Kiki Love, I say like a lot too. Honestly, since I've been a little kid, I've just like. It's fourth dimension. Okay, yeah, because you have to include time, if that's what you mean. Andreas, you're German, you're probably an engineer, that stuff's in your blood. You probably know everything about this. You're like laughing at me, because I can hardly just describe like probably topics and stuff that you're used to every day. We can only experience the three and know the four, yeah. I've actually made a thread a while back on dimensions on one of my accounts. I don't know, I have too many Twitter accounts, guys. It's so funny because I could be anyone really. Like, I'm not even logged into Schumann Bot. How do you guys know I even run it or help run it? Information has no bounds. Yes, it does. Pretty much information. I don't know if I. Yeah, information with bounds is essentially data. How do you post it every 2 hours? Is it automated? Yeah, so there's this silly program. You can use the Windows scheduler, but that kind of sucks. I've used like the Windows scheduler for professional work, and it just. Anyway, I use this program called Zcron. It's like essentially like a port of a cron system from like the Linux side of things. Basically, it's on a schedule every 2 hours, and what it does, it just runs like this little script that I wrote to post the Schumann bot, the image, grab all the images. The real question, how many dimensions exist? Maybe God is the 888 dimension. Infinite dimensions exist, but maybe there's like only so many meaningful divisions of them that we can use. And God is the 888th dimension, but it's just 8. It's like a singular 8. I don't want to get into the math of it, actually. Math can show the dimensions, exactly. I'm not even that good at math, but like I kind of understand the abstract ideas. I mean, there's ultimately no spatial attribute for information. Any piece of data can connect such entangle to any other anywhere. Not necessarily. And I'm not just disagreeing with you to disagree. It's just not my personal belief. Like, information is certainly divisible, and it certainly has bounds. Like, the stream of information, of course, is infinite, but like, we extract pieces of that stream and like put it into what we call data. And when you say that there's no spatial attribute, there absolutely is, because I'm on an information processing machine right now, and if I like look into the directory, I don't even know how to show size on Windows. This is embarrassing. But if you go if you go into a folder, dude, like I go into this file has a size. It has bounds. Like, without bounds, I wouldn't be able to have a single file on a computer. And a computer is like, this is essentially just information. It feeds me a certain amount of information. But it's essentially data because it's in a condensed form. As above, so below. It works the exact same way. What do you think about a simulation? If you care to share your thoughts, if not, no worries. So my theory of the simulation is that it's not exactly a simulation, but like life seems to be in a way to be binary. Like the way we process information and stuff is so much like a computer, and that's probably because we made computers like the way we think. But it makes so much sense. Like so many people think in like dualistic terms, which are essentially like ones and zeros on a computer, and like you have like the main polarities like 1 and 0, and like basically like a computer, when it works electrically, like when the CPU fires, I guess you could say, it doesn't read like a total 0 or 1. Like there's like a threshold. Like it can be any voltage between like 0 and like say like 0.5 hertz, and as long as it's above that threshold, it'll be a 1. If it's under that threshold, it'll be a 0. And that's kind of like how we process information in the world, is like almost in these binary terms. You have the left and the right, black and white, up and down, left and right. Like, I already said left and right, but you can think of anything, and there's like a polarity to it. And essentially, like, information is fed to us in like binary terms between like the left and the right brain and everything. It's kind of weird. But so like essentially, I don't think, and I'm basically paraphrasing this guy. I think it's like Thomas Campbell. He has the it's called like My Big Toe, which is toe is theory of everything. And yeah, Thomas Campbell, you should watch his like Spanish lectures. Maybe we'll do that one day. We'll just watch Thomas Campbell on stream. But essentially, he has all these theories on like consciousness, and he kind of talks about how the idea that information is probably like the root of consciousness. I think there's like a wiki too, which makes sense. Like, it's enough sense for now. And like, my whole point is, yeah, like this idea of virtual reality. Like, a virtual reality is a reality appearing within the mind of an individuated being that participates in that virtual reality. So like, I think reality might be virtual, but like not necessarily a simulation. It is generated by the incoming data stream from TBC and the big computer. And the big computer is like, it's probably not an actual like physical computer. It's kind of like this idea of the demiurge almost. It creates physical thing. It creates, like, it generates reality. It doesn't like necessarily create it, but it generates it and like causes this the like the illusion of like physical matter and that sort of thing. This includes the conscious perceptions, including internal thought stream of the individual. The incoming data stream source can be further spoken of as created by the VRRE as a, and I forget what the virtual reality like rendering engine, yeah. And essentially, like, the idea of the rendering engine is that like it moves at a certain frame rate, which is which is like the universal constant or the speed of light. Don't ask me what it is. Like, what, 6 point? It's E, right? Or is it? Where's the German guy, dude? Do you know? Andreas, do you know the speed of light off the top of your head, dude? I'll be very disappointed if you don't. That number meter of seconds. What is it in E equals MC squared? It's part of, it's MC squared. Yeah, duh. Which is essentially like the universal constant. And like, that's the fastest the thing can go. So essentially, like, reality is generated at the speed of light. It exists within the mind of the participant, although it appears as external to their mind. And that's like kind of like a fundamental Hermetic concept, is that all of reality takes place in the mind. Like, everything is mind, everything is mental, which is, from my experience, true. Like, if you've ever experimented with psychedelics or anything like that, or like altered your mind through any sort of chemical consumption, like whether it's food or whatever, you can, in a physical sense, if you're like tuned into that kind of subtle difference, you can definitely detect that. Andreas, what do you mean it's the pyramid location? The speed of light should be 1. Yeah, it kind of is if you think about it. And honestly, that's a genius idea, because I'm not that good at proofs, but I'm pretty sure you could do a proof where you set the speed of light at 1 and it'll solve certain problems. I don't know. That's just a wonky idea. But anyway, from a non-academic, by the way, disclaimer. A participant experiences their native VR as opposed to one that they are visiting only by mentally switching to another VR data stream in which they are not native. As a physical reality in which they possess a body, although the nature of the body varies depending upon the nature of the VR. A non-native VR is perceived as being non-physical in that you move by thought rather than by walking, and what is visualized that would be solid if native is non-material. In an out-of-body experience, you move out of your native place with PMR, and the result is that your perception is the same as a non-native VR. Out-of-body experiences are intense. Jeez Louise. Oh, we talked about Thomas Campbell. What else can we do next? We've been doing Q&A every stream. Let's keep the questions going, because I love this. I love talking to you guys. Super High Profit. Everyone go follow Super High Profit right now, Kyle Phillips. He's getting a Schumann bot endorsement. No, he didn't pay me. Your account doesn't even exist, dude. You got me shilling your account, it doesn't even exist. You're gonna get banned. What the fuck? What about the heart vibration? There is at least 8 feet around us of vibration. I think it's 14 feet for the heart, and the brain's like 6 or 8. Kyle, what is your Twitter, dude? This doesn't exist. Super high profit. I didn't spell it wrong. I spelled it exactly. Prof. Juan, come on, dude. You got me shilling. I look like an idiot now. Kyle. Kyle. Is it Prophet One or Prof One? I'm gonna rage. You retweeted Schumann bot, so I assume it's this one. Everyone go follow, dude, someone get me the occult bot follow. Who follows that account, dude? I like that account, but I also don't. I can drop some knowledge on them. It's like so superficial. It's better than Esoteric Exposal. That is an awful account and I want it banned. I think it got suspended, didn't it? Like a while back, it got like shadow banned or something. This account is run by like... Yes! Finally! Let's go, guys. I've been saying this for years. Let's get Esoteric Exposal suspended, banned off of Twitter. It's absolute trash. It must be run by like a media company or like something like that, because they have terrible content. Like it's like terrible disinformation. It's so bad. So anyway, guys, let's get a Q&A going. How about that? Also drop your Twitter in chat so I can shell it. Oh, Kiki, I remember seeing your... I've seen your account before, but I couldn't find it the other day. I wanted to tweet at you. I wanted to add you in the Follower Friday. I gotta start doing that again. Why are you on your mom's account? Just make a new account. I'll give you an account, honestly. Like, what? What are you doing? Kiki. Or are you like an NSA shill? Yeah, just make a new account. You're good. Case for Infinity. I like Case for Infinity. A dude named Brooke. Bro. It's kind of sick these days, but like, damn, dude, you must have, I don't know how old you are, but high school must have been tough. Dude, that must be so awesome. Like, these days you can just be like, don't misgender me. You can like pull that crap so bad. Your name's Brooke. A badass UFO Twitter list. I will give you a follow if I don't already follow you. I try to follow almost everyone back. I don't follow back the shills and the Russian bots. That's part of the reason I had to move Schumann bot, and hopefully I won't have to do it again. I have to sign in, dude. Anyway, what about Telegram? There is still no censorship. I like Telegram, but it's not like really good for a bot or anything. I had a Telegram going for a while, then it was way too open and a bunch of shills got in. I wish you could like put a password on it, because I would send people the password and be kind of like a little... Can you have a password on Telegram, guys? Oh yeah. Alright, I'll have to do one with a passcode. Or maybe this is like only for your phone. I'll have to look into it. We're gonna have to go old school and everyone's gonna have to learn how to use IRC. That might be the future, honestly. Is there a federated IRC? That'd be so sick. I'm just rambling now, guys. Throw me some questions. I follow Ascension Diaries and Alexis is awesome. Yeah, Ascension Diaries is great, but She's like off doing her own thing. Good for her, but like, I don't know. Whatever. She's having a conference? No way. I wanted to throw Schumann Con, but I need some people to help me put that together. So if you're interested in joining as like maybe a volunteer, you'll def get paid if you're cool, or something like that, and you want to help me throw Schumann Con, that'd be great. Maybe even find some sponsors. I want to do it like in the Arizona desert or like Nevada or wherever they do Burning Man. The whole idea is like to make it like Burning Man. That's crazy, Case for Infinity. Where would it be? Kiki, I just said that. No, the chat's probably delayed. I would do it in like Arizona or Nevada, again, like wherever they do Burning Man, because Sedona, Arizona. I don't like that it rhymes. That's so dope. But the whole idea was like to make it like Burning Man back in the day, like when Terrence was doing shows and stuff there, doing talks. It's kind of like rambunctious these days. I've never been, but from what I hear, it'll have a different vibe, guys. It's not about just like getting as high as you can, getting cooked. You know, you have to have like some sort of development in that process, some critical thinking. We'll all meditate together and stuff like that. It's starting to sound like a cult. I need a team. We'll think it through. So at SchumannBot on Twitter, send a DM. We'll figure it out. I mean, we'll figure it out. Do aliens like double chocolate fudge cake? I mean, they probably can't have sweets, you know. But I wanted to do a Q&A. That might be it for today. I thought it was a good talk. I'm glad I got to share this idea of like the Global Consciousness Project. I'd be interested in making a bot. I also want to make it like an astrology bot too. I just love Twitter bots. I don't know why, guys. Yeah. Great talk. Where do you live? Just wondering what state. Oh, I'm not gonna dox myself. Watch out now. Who said I even live in the States? Oh boy. You rock too, Kiki. You guys are the best. I love streaming. Decaying nuclear material as RNG? That's pretty insane. I don't know. I haven't like read anything about it. I don't really know too much about it. I kind of just I've seen it before, but I just started looking at it. But yeah, it's true because it has to have like crazy entropy in order to generate truly random numbers. But maybe if it has poor entropy, that it makes it easier to find correlation. I don't know. That's awesome. That's exactly what you need. I've heard of like people using lava lamps, like a wall of lava lamps to generate entropy. But that's insane. Thank you guys for showing up. Let's end with some music.